Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today for another video. So today is Friday and I thought that I'd pick up where I left off last week, looking at some new makeup releases and seeing, do we like them? Do we need them? Did we ask for them? Do we want them? Are we saying yes? Are we saying no? Let's just go ahead and take a look so we can help each other, just be on some solid makeup ground and just work on these purchases, okay y'all? So if you want to hear about some of the new makeup releases that are coming out and help each other out in this community, keep watching this video. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, but you are in makeup or rehab, you're trying to make a makeup setback turn into a makeup comeback, okay? And you want to connect with another makeup enthusiast, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. Let me scoot over now before I forget. Now, you know, part of trying to do better with the makeup purchasing is sometimes unsubscribing and unfollowing certain accounts. And I think that if you don't have a lot of discipline, it's a great idea. Now, I did start by unsubscribing to most brand emails. So now when I look at my emails, I'm like, how come I don't have any emails? There's no sales. And then I kind of find myself scouring around, still looking. But I'm getting used to it. Now, I do want to continue to be in the know about what's going on. I want to know what's going on in the makeup community. I still do want to make some worthwhile purchases. I mean, if it's something that I really want. So I thought about unfollowing, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm doing okay. I'm recovering, you know, and it's going to be okay. So let's take a look at some of these makeup releases. The accounts I follow are TrendMood, Makeup Craze, Makeup Release Radar, and Chic Profile Official. TrendMood kind of has everything, a little more mainstream, not really any indie. Makeup Craze, she's really good at helping you save money. I will say that. She has a very critical eye and she has a lot of knowledge about past releases, and she's got some strong opinions about things that she feels like are needed and the things that she feels like aren't, and I like that. Makeup Release Radar has all of the indie stuff, but she does include mainstream and luxury on her page as well. And then Chic Profile Official covers all of the luxury in. So I feel like that's a wide range. Do I have to follow them all? No, but yes, I do. Okay, this week I'm gonna start with Makeup Release Radar. Let's switch it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's see if there's anything interesting. Let me just go down to where I left off last week. Talked about Nomad. Okay, so Tammy Tenuka, it looks like she's releasing another like pigment set. I believe these are loose pigments. I think it's a pretty color story, but I am not gonna get this. I'm not into loose pigments, but I am curious about any of those 6-pan palettes or any palettes that she will release. I do have 3 palettes by her, but I have not used them yet, and that's another reason why I'm not interested in this, but it is beautiful. Black Moxie Cosmetics has a beautiful like blue, purple, navy color story. It's a 9-pan palette and it's called Sweet Nightmare. So this looks like maybe it's for Valentine's Day possibly. It is $40, and then there are 3 separate multi-chrome singles for $15.75 each, and it's available January 29th, and there's a code to get some money off, which we could all use. I have this color story, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass on it, but it is pretty. Kylie, I'm sorry, I'm just skipping. I'm not interested in the Kylie skincare, not because it's her, just because I'm just not interested. Looks like there's a Huda Beauty Kylie. I don't know if I'm saying that right. They've got a little kit going on. No thanks. Suku looks like they're gonna have nail polish. I don't know if this is new or not, but I'm just not interested in that. All right, we'll talk about this. This is the Makeup by Mario Bombs. I don't know if she has that on her page yet, but I will get to those. Game Beauty's got some brushes coming out. I do not need any brushes at all, but if you are interested, they are synthetic brushes and they'll be available on the 14th, which is today when you see this video. Sugar Drizzle Polish. Now, is Sugar Drizzle the one that released the Northern Lights palette? So I think this may be third or fourth maybe shimmer palette, but this one isn't all shimmers. This one has some mattes too. I don't have anything against this palette and I think it's pretty, but I know I have for a fact this exact same shimmer formula in some other palettes that I have, and I'm not going to mention those palettes because I don't know if they're exact, but I do feel like they are. Certain brands I think may be getting their shimmer shades wholesale from somewhere and they're popping them in palettes. I'm not saying that Sugar Drizzle did that. I'm just saying I know I have these shades. So this palette is pretty. I don't see a price, but it is available on January 22nd. And Makeup Release Radar always shares her discount codes with the brands. I'm gonna skip this Fenty release because I can't wear any Fenty lip products because there's something in them that really irritates my lips, and it's not just when I'm wearing it. It's something that lasts after I take the product off, and it makes them very dry, like for days. So I just can't do it. I'm gonna move on. There's a big palette here by XX Revolution, and no. Yeah, see, a lot of these brands I don't know, and I'm just not, I don't know if I'm interested in trying a bunch of new brands at this time. But here are the Makeup by Mario lip serums. It is a plumping lip serum. They have 7 shades. It is a hydrating glossy balm with a dewy shine, and they'll be available today. I think these are cute. The shades look really nice, but my only thing with this is I just don't need them. I recently purchased the Charlotte Tilbury Hyaluronic Lipstick Lip Balm, and I think that gives me all the shine that I need, so I just don't need to add anything else. I do think that they're cute, you know, they're cute. It looks like Menagerie Cosmetics, is restocking now. I will say, hold on, friends. The Annette's Makeup Corner Serenity palette is restocking. That was a palette that after I didn't get it, I was thinking, this one is nice. The palette in the upper right corner, which is the Indigo Ink palette, that is the only palette that I have by Menagerie, and I really do like that palette. I was actually thinking about that palette the other day, like I need to pull this out. Now, the glosses or the matte lipsticks, are not glosses, the matte lipsticks, I don't know if I can recommend those because I have the blue one and the green one, and they are like chalk. I don't know if it's because they're blue and green, but I don't have like cracked lips, and it made my lips look like they were cracked. So I would not get that, but I would definitely consider Annette's palette, the Serenity palette. I think Flight Club is cute too. It's just that I have more than one palette with a purple color story, and I'm just gonna chill out on that. But I'm gonna think about Annette's palette because I like the Indigo Ink. That restock is going to be January 28th. So I might consider that. It looks like ColourPop is gonna have some pressed powders. I am going to pass on these because I just bought the Rare Beauty powder and I haven't even touched it yet. I just don't need any powders, but these are $14 each. They are vegan and cruelty free, and they come in 42 shades. So that's a nice shade range, and they are buildable to medium coverage. So that might not be bad. All right, this is a magnetic palette by TrendMood. RMS Beauty has some cream eyeshadows. I am definitely not interested in these. It's gonna be kind of hard to sell me on eyeshadow right now. It just is, because I've just had that come to Jesus realization, and it is. The Annette palette by Menagerie is just something I was thinking about after the fact. So if I'm still thinking about that come January 28th, like I said, that might be something I will purchase. Looks like that's it for Makeup Release Radar. Let's go to Makeup Craze. So let's start with ColourPop. I just feel like, and she's got it here, ColourPop has done this before. I don't know if there are any major formula changes in these new palettes where you're gonna be like, hey, I gotta try this one. This palette is beautiful though. This palette is the All Amethyst palette. Now I don't know if this, which one is this? Lock Her Down. Now that's, is that new? That's pretty. See, they're getting me with that purple and that gray right there, or those nude colors. I'm gonna leave ColourPop alone right now. I just can't do it, y'all. I'm sorry. So Danessa Myricks is coming out with 2 lip and cheek palettes. Now keep in mind that Danessa Myricks is a makeup artist, and so these palettes are going for multiple shades, and so some of these could possibly be a waste for you to get. I'm looking at the brown toned palette, and even though it is a cheek and lip palette, some of these shades, like that deep shade, I would probably not wear on my lips, and I'm definitely not wearing it on my cheeks. I think the Do It Flirty one would be something where I could wear all 4 of the colors, but these just don't grab me at all. I think it looks beautiful on the models, and she's got some representation here as far as skin tones, but I'm just not into it at all. For those who are interested, they are $32, and they are at Sephora at this time. I do think that it's cool that it's an all-in-one type situation, but it's just not for me, and it will go to waste in my collection. We talked about these Chanel blushes last time, and I am still waiting on the coral one. So I have heard that there really isn't anything special about them. The light peach one I found out is really more of a highlighter. I'm talking about the peach one with the star. And again, this is from the La Comète collection. I think I'm saying it correct. I know the coral one is going to be pretty. The top 2 blushes are very beautiful as well, and I did talk about these last week. I really like that peach one on the right, but just gonna go ahead and say no. This eyeshadow palette, I have seen reviews now at this point, and it's just a very simple, easy, one and done, ethereal type look. So it may not have the pigment that you're looking for. And furthermore, for me, I know I have these colors, and I have these in single shadows as well. So, you know, just think about that, because these are really pricey and the quantity is small. There's some other things with this collection, but we're just going to move on because I did talk about these before. Now, I don't know if I talked about Tasha, but why does it...
Don't know my dinner.
Uh-huh.
Hey, get one?
Yes. I have to say, I am very disappointed with this Natasha Denona situation. I feel like maybe she ran out of ideas, because I know that brands want to put out Valentine's Day collections, but if you want to go traditional, there are only certain color stories that are going to work for a traditional Valentine's Day palette. And if that's what Tasha is trying to do...
You don't have to stop talking.
I don't have to stop talking? Oh, okay, thanks. If that's what Tasha's trying to do, she's done it already, because she had the Mini Love palette. So now she's coming out with these mini palettes. She did last year, the Mini Love. And it's just like, we didn't need that. We just didn't. It was kind of an extension. And I don't believe the shades were repeats, but I didn't get it because they're close enough. The Mini Love was perfect. You know, you've got pinks, reds, silver. You have everything you need in that palette and more. These are just not doing it for me, and I absolutely hate this packaging that it's in. I really hate it. It just makes it look like a little $2 palette. There's nothing wrong with a $2 palette, but it's Natasha Denona, so I just kind of expect more. And it's cool that she has a brush, but it's just not needed. I'm coming. I just really wish that these brands would focus on more quality releases, because this is not it. Now, I'm not knocking it for everyone. I think that if you don't have the Mini Love or the Mini Love from last year, what is this one even called? Oh, this is the Mini Crush. Let me help August real quick, because I can't. All right, y'all, enough about that. Okay, Duolifa is possibly launching a makeup brand. Okay, I'm not interested in that either. And I think that's it for makeup craze. So this is great. Maybe, you know, maybe there just won't be anything that we want, which is great. All right, let's check out TrendMood. So let's see, we talked about a lot of these already, which is great. We talked about Makeup by Mario and his plumping balms. We talked about RMS. Now Beautylish has this Year of the Tiger brush coming out, and I'm gonna leave that alone for $125. Looks like Fenty has some products coming out, and I cannot wear these gloss bombs. I can't wear any of those Fenty lip products. I know a lot of people love these. There's a gloss bomb heat shade, and these shades always look good, but I can't wear them. Okay, how about no to this Powerpuff Ulta collaboration. What is this? Okay, now we've got something new from Physicians Formula. This just looks, I'm not saying it is, but it just looks so dull. It is a palette with bronzers, blushes, highlighters, and face powders. It has a variety of finishes, and it's $18.49. It's very affordable. It's just, there's nothing about this that's calling me at all. So passing on that, as well as this Live Tinted Balm to Serum Stick. I just don't need any skincare items, so I'm gonna have to say no to this. But this is again by Live Tinted, and it's got niacinamide, bakuchiol, and THD vitamin C. It helps to fade the signs of dark spots and hyperpigmentation, and it helps to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles. It's $34. So that is out now, and TrendMood has a code. Talked about Danessa. Looks like we've got something here by Pixie Beauty. This is a Hello Kitty collection. I honestly don't even like those eyeshadow palettes. It looks like eyeshadow palettes. There's a face mist, there's a powder, a lip tone, there's some sheet masks, and you know, it's a whole little collection here, but I'm just not into this at all. And I think I'm just tired of seeing the same collections being repeated. Like, how many Hello Kitty collections can there be? I don't even know where they're getting these colors from, to be honest. So no. Talked about Jaclyn Hill last week. Oh, y'all, okay. So this brand I've never heard of. The brand is Base Blue Cosmetics, and they came out with this very artistic eyeshadow palette, and it's the girl with a pearl earring. I did watch a review on this. So this is very interesting, and if you are someone who likes to collect makeup or collect unique, interesting pieces, I would say yes, this is interesting and unique, but this is not an eyeshadow palette that I think I would use, and it doesn't really call to me. It looks like it has more neutral, warm tones, and I will say that on the review, the bright blue in the upper hand corner from her scarf is an overspray, so it really is a neutral palette. And then there's like, I was gonna say neutral warm, but then there's like that deep gray or black that's in there as well. It's $53, and I think you might be able to hang it up, but this is not a practical, you know what, let me stop, because a lot of my makeup may not be practical, but I'm trying to make better decisions here. This is not something that's practical for me to purchase. Yeah, all the colors are like all different sizes and everything, but I definitely give it to them for creativity. It's very interesting. So yeah, but I'm gonna skip this. And if you are interested, TrendMood has a code for 15% off. All right, back to ColourPop. ColourPop has more quads. Surprise, surprise. No, 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 no. I just feel like they've done these stories. They are consistently and constantly duping themselves. I do love the concept of eyeshadow quads. I think it makes the looks very easy and very convenient. But ColourPop is just kind of turning me off with all of these releases. It's so many at one time, like you just can't even wrap your head around it. And it's very confusing on whether or not you have this stuff. But they have come out with so many quads, so many. I feel like they just did. So no. All right, the only other thing I see here, did we talk about this? So e.l.f. has a Camo CC Powder Foundation coming out. It is a primer infused pressed powder, and it comes in 30 shades. It's $11. I know a lot of people like the e.l.f. Camo products. I have not tried them personally. I also have not tried powder foundation. I'm not really interested in a powder foundation, so I'm definitely going to pass, but you know, it's $11, very affordable, and it says that it's a long wear buildable formula with medium to full coverage, and it helps to create a semi-matte natural airbrushed finish on your skin and helps to even complexion. So I think this could be good. It's just something I'm going to pass on because I don't need any foundation at all. The only other thing that I see new on here is this collection here by Kiko Milano. It's called the Sweet Collection, Sweet Affairs. These are just shades that I have. I think it looks pretty, but it's just not for me. I don't like that chocolate in her mouth like that at all. There's just nothing about this. I like how it looks like candy, you know, like for Valentine's Day, but there's nothing in this that I really want. This green eye pencil looks nice, but it's not anything I need to really purchase. I love the pattern on these, the lipstick and the lip balm too, but nope, just gonna leave it alone. I mean, Kiko Milano is a brand that I may try at some point. I have seen their products before, and I think that sometimes the patterns that they use and the way that they set up their palettes, you know, kind of look interesting, but nothing's really like making me too excited. So I think that leaves us where we were last week. So we only have one more site to check, which is Chic Profile Official. So let's just go ahead and take a look. Not much has come up. Talked about the Dior stuff last week. And since then we have this new line coming from MAC Cosmetics, which is the Lightful collection, which debuts on February 4th. It looks like a whole line of products, skincare products. There's a primer, there's a lotion. I think the highlight of this collection is that it contains cherry blossom. I'm not exactly sure what cherry blossom does for the skin. I will have to look that up. But again, this looks like more of a skincare type line for the most part. And then it looks like there's a couple makeup products, but I'm definitely going to pass on that. Looks like Guerlain has a perfume coming out. This also has a cherry blossom focus. You know, that's nice if you're into that, but I'm definitely passing on that. And last but not least, what do we have here? Oh, those are the Suku Melting Powder Blushes. I did see these and mention these. What color is this? Hold on. What is that? Is that gray? Is that shade number 1 here? Okay, I'm just not sure what's happening. Okay, I'm not getting them anyway, but there was a pre-sale of these blushes, and blushes are another thing that I know I don't really need. So it looks like from all of these websites, the only thing I would consider purchasing is the Menagerie palette collab with Annette's Makeup Corner, which is called the Serenity palette. That's the only one, and I'm not even sure about that because it's not necessarily a rainbow palette, but it is definitely colorful, and I'm trying to think of other palettes right now in my collection that fit that bill. In my collection, I've got the Blends palette, which is a rainbow palette. It's all matte. I have the Indigo Ink palette by Menagerie, which is not rainbow, but it's still colorful. I have Smells Like Holiday Spirit by Unearthly Cosmetics. I have the Bunnies palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. Trying to think of any other rainbow things that I have. The Cake palette and the Ice Cream Dream by Glamlight. So I don't necessarily need to get that palette, but I do like Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. But then again, I have Giant Wolves, and I will say out of the two, Giant Wolves is probably more along the lines of what I like. I think what I'll do in the meantime is just look at some reviews and look at the different looks and see, like, is this something that's really calling to me. And if it's not, I'm not gonna get it. I know the last time Menatchery had a restock, I was looking to see, did that palette restock, and it didn't. So that's why it really caught my eye, but that's it. So let me just tell you what I've purchased this month so far so that you kind of see where I am. I've purchased one of the Dior Houndstooth lipsticks, and that packaging is recyclable. So I'll be able to keep that and I don't have to throw that away. You know, for someone who likes packaging, it's packaging that you can actually keep and reuse. I purchased 2 of the Chanel lipsticks from the Comet collection. I do have those. I think one is a nude and one is a really deep shade. I'm waiting for the blush because that didn't ship at the same time. I did purchase the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, which I'm wearing now. And I must say that after however so many hours I've had this on, because it is 6:46, I've had this on since 7:30. I still see some dewiness there, which I personally like. It's not for everyone, I don't think, but I'll try to get a review up of that or talk about it very soon. As far as eyeshadow palettes, I mean, it's only been, what, 14 days into 2022? But I can say right now, this is probably the longest I've been without buying an eyeshadow palette. I haven't bought any eyeshadow palettes since sometime in December. Those were the ones that I think came in like a little bit after Black Friday. And you may recall, if you've been watching my videos lately, I did like some panic buying and panic trying to buy, because I just knew that once 2022 hit, I was going to be making some changes. And I couldn't find any eyeshadow palettes that I even wanted. So I think the last eyeshadow palette that I received was the Smells Like Holiday Spirit palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. And you know, that was gifted. Now I will say that coming up, I will be receiving the, last thing, Nomad. They are starting to release the clues for their palette, and I think I'm going to be getting that one. But I am going to be receiving a couple Valentine's Day collections. These collections though, if they were not giving them to me, I probably would have gotten some things from those collections anyway, because they're not going to be your typical Valentine's story. Unearthly Cosmetics is going to be sending me their Valentine's Day collection. I don't exactly remember what it's going to entail, but I'm excited to see that. Notoriously Morbid, my very first palette by Notoriously Morbid was their Valentine's Day palette, and it was called Rip Your Effing Heart Out. Definitely not your traditional Valentine's Day story. So I'm really excited for those palettes. And you know what? While I'm talking about that, I should show it to you, because it wasn't on any of the makeup release sites that I like to look at. I'm trying to think about where I saw it, but if you get on their site, let me see if I can zoom this in. You see right here, this is the palette, I believe, and it's called My Story and then My Soul. So I'm interested in that, and they are going to send me that. This shade right here is going to be in the My Story palette. So I'm excited to see what they're going to come out with. And let me just show you the new shade in the Nomad palette. So we have 2 shades so far. We have this light blue matte, and we have the shade Bucking Great, which is like a deep forest green. So we're still trying to figure out the destination of this palette, and they did give us a clue. So check out Nomad Cosmetics if you're interested in that sort of thing. They like to drop clues to help you guess the destination of the palette. So that's 3 right there. And It's Belle sent me their Dawn of Fall palette. So I will show you guys that one, and that is an all shimmer palette. It's going to be very similar to a lot of the indie all shimmer palettes that you're seeing a lot of lately, but I am going to review it and swatch it.
I got gym tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go find your gym uniform, and that's what I need to do and get off here. Yep. Why don't you come here? I'll show you all that one soon, but they sent that to me, and I thought that was very kind. So look. What do I say at the end? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking out.
Subscribing.
They don't have to subscribe if they don't want to.
Thank you.
I don't like to be pushing
say
it.
Thank you for subscribing.
Let me go ahead and do my thing.
Bye.
Very nice. Thank y'all so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me today.
And subscribing.
Okay. Let me know how y'all are feeling about me talking about the new makeup releases. Is it helpful? Is it hurtful? Let me know. Is it mindful? Because that's what I'm trying to be. I really do appreciate you guys. I really appreciate all the feedback you all have been giving me lately. So I'm going to keep going in this direction, and I just hope y'all are down for it. So I hope this was therapy for you, because it definitely was for me. And until I see you again, which will be really soon, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe. Anything else you want to say? All right. Stay safe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.